all about. Did you forget?
Let me just tell you.
I was trying to.
Shay?
I was trying to.
Shay.
Oh my God, Grandpa.
There you go.
You guys, he's embarrassing.
What is
I'm sorry.
going on here?
I'm sorry. Sorry. Grandpa Doug, I'm trying to talk to the people.
Who you talking? You in here talking to yourself. I'm looking for you. Your grandma gone to church.
Excuse my grandpa.
She done took my ones with me. I can't go to the strip club. I asked your brother, where my ones at? What we got going on here?
Excuse my grandpa.
What the camera doing here? Who that?
I was trying to tell my guest.
Huh?
I was trying to tell my guest.
Huh?
Oh, Jesus. Nothing, Grandpa Doug. Nothing.
God almighty,
Nothing.
common sense. But look, I was in the area. You see your grandma? She said she going to church. She took my ones.
No, I haven't seen it. You know how Grandma is. That's your wife. You
huh?
know, but
she did what?
Look, Grandpa, I can't with you today. I just can't.
What you
doing? I'm trying to talk to my people though. You're embarrassing. You're embarrassing me. Really?
See, what's wrong with you young folks now? See, y'all always talking about somebody embarrassing.
Here we go, guys.
That's what I'm talking about. All y'all young people.
Y'all got a minute. We're gonna be here all damn day.
With your stretch leg pants, jeans on, and stuff, putting stuff all over your mouths and nipples and stuff like that. I'm trying to tell you, you young people, man. Let me tell you, in my day. Let me tell you about it in my day.
You got a grandpa like that?
And what do you mean, grandpa like me? I'm Grandpa Doug. That's who I am.
Welcome to Be My Guest Talk with Shay. Hey, everybody. How you doing today? Thank you for tuning in. Today, we have a very special guest. We got some comedy in the building today. And I would like for you to meet my very special guest, Derrell. Hey,
how you doing?
Thank you for coming to visit me.
Oh, you know it. Anytime.
How are you?
Doing good. I'm doing real
wonderful.
good.
This is a very talented man. Let me tell you, just to give you a brief overview of who he is. And if I forget some stuff, please chime in. Please let me know.
Okay.
So this guy here, retired police officer, right?
Yes.
And a comedian, man of God, father.
Yes.
Right? Okay. Amongst many other things. So how you doing?
I'm doing good.
Wonderful, wonderful. I'm so glad you came to visit me today.
Well, thank you. I mean, you know, we were scheduled to do this a long time ago.
Right. Now you're going to talk about me to my people, though.
But, you know, because that's how excited I was when I got the invite to come here. You was like, hey, you want to be Let's Talk with Shay? I said, yeah. And you said, we set a date, and, you know, it was a conflict in schedule and stuff. So I was like, I got to get up there. I don't care.
Right.
You know, I just have to skip out on Sunday school.
Right.
And we're going to shoot this thing. I'm coming.
Right,
you know,
right. I know. And you're funny here.
Thank you.
So you're looking good today.
Well, thank you. You know, I try. I put on my Sunday's best. You know what I'm saying? Some old jeans, black jeans. You know, you see the boots. I had the boots.
Right. I know
I try to wear the boots because the pants is a little hot water, so I wore boots to try to meet with the edge of my pants, so it won't look as hot water.
Right,
you know
right.
So,
well, you did good. you did good. You did good. So, today, I just want to tell my viewers and all my people, you know, I was ecstatic about you coming on today because you have a very unique story. And, you know, I researched you and I watch you on social media so much. And what attracted me about you was how you just took that leap of faith, that jump that Steve Harvey, hey Steve, what's up Steve, always talked about, you know, in his book, Jump. And that's what captured me about you. And not only just that, but, you know, you're a retired police officer. What's up with that?
Well, you know, I had three things when I was probably like 7, 8 years old that I wanted to do in life. One, I wanted to be a police officer in North Carolina or anywhere in law enforcement. I wanted to be a basketball coach, coach sports, because I was a basketball player. So I wanted to coach basketball when the playing days was over. And I wanted to be a comedian / actor. So it all basically started with law enforcement. Once I got out of the military, I did 10 years in the Army, you know, U.S. Army, Airborne, 82nd, all that crazy stuff. Did all that. It was time for me to go. I went out and joined the police department. Actually, I started as a deputy sheriff
really?
in Virginia.
Okay.
So then I was there for like less than a year with my mom. Here in North Carolina, my mom had cancer. So I was in the military for 10 years, and then you slap on almost another year of law enforcement away from home. I decided to come closer to home.
Okay.
So came home, I ended up getting hired as a police officer in my hometown of Clayton. And I was there for 3 years, and pretty much that's where a lot of the stories, even though I had a lot of military stories growing up, the stuff that I seen on the street was funny to me. And when family, I'm the only police officer in the family. Everybody, when we have family reunions, gatherings, friends around, they all want to hear stories about people I locked up. Wow. So when I tell them, I just tell them the unraw cut, and they are dying. They're laughing. They're like, man, you already crazy.
Right.
Those stories, man, you need to tell this on stage. I'm like, man, get out of here. What are you talking about? I'm a police officer. I'm a professional. Can't do that, I have to, maintain order, Can't be giggling and grinning in the police car, Get fired that way. So, my time with Clayton was up.
That's the funny police.
It was time. Yeah, it was time for me to grow. So I ended up going to Raleigh, moved to the bigger city. Because I knew too many people in my hometown. It's bad when you go to somebody's house, they selling drugs, they sitting there with crack rocks in their pocket, and you just don't want to say nothing because that's your boy. You grew up with him. You be like, ooh, I know it, but I ain't, ooh. But his grandma got the best cornbread. If I lock him up, I ain't gonna get no more cornbred. So it was a lot of battles. So I said, what? I need to go somewhere in police where I don't know everybody. Right. So that's why went to Raleigh, worked with Raleigh, big city. I found my niche, and like I said, so many stories. Stuff as a little country boy I never thought I would ever see. And I was seeing things, and it was just, I didn't have to write it down. It stay up here. When you see something like that, it has a profound and it grabs hold to you, and I'm like, man, I'll never forget that. Oh, wow. So then what I would do would take all my experiences, and I talk to people, and I just being natural, and they was like, man, that is so hilarious. You have a story to tell. You need to tell that on stage. So like I said, I think God wasn't through with me yet. I wasn't even thinking about getting on stage doing it. I'm just being me, who I was, growing up talking. I kept get an audience, and it's not like I do it on purpose. It's just I just attract people with my personality, and we just talk, and just so happens everybody laughing and crying over what I'm saying. But again, I had a little personal issue, that caused me to go into the comedy club. Because I'll just go ahead and say it. I was in a relationship, and it was going bad, and I end up, instead of going to a dance club and get my dance on with a female and move on, I decided to go to a comedy club. So I went to Good Nights Comedy Club, and I saw some comedians who I didn't think was funny. I guess I'm not gonna sit there and say they weren't funny, but they won't. The time where I was at, I didn't hear anything on that stage that made me feel better. Right, gotcha. So I was like, you know what, I should get up there and tell my story. Right. And one of the waitresses was like, you should come on up here. Every Wednesday night we have open mic. I said, I'm gonna have to do that. What I have to do? Just come and audition when you go up. I said, okay.
And on that note, so we are going to take a break. Okay. And we're gonna come back, and we're gonna get into the raw and uncut story about J. Derrell. You guys stay tuned. We'll be right back.
When no one ain't around, I feel it fade. I think too much. I feel it fade. Well, ain't nobody watching. I feel it fade. I just fade away. I feel it. Fade away. Fade away, yeah. I think too much. I feel it. Your love is fading. I feel it. Roll up, hold up, pull up. It. I love the, I wanna, I'm trying to feel it. I'ma rock the boat, work the middle till it hurt a little. It. Your love is fading. I feel it. But a real ass nigga, I feel it. Can you feel that nigga? I feel it. better act like you know better. I feel it. Whoa. I can feel it. Deep inside, deep inside. I 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 can feel it. Deep inside, deep inside. I 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 feel it, baby.
Welcome back to Be My Guest Talk with Shay. If you missed it, we have a very special guest today with me on the show today, Derrell, man of God, ex-police officer, retired police officer, comedian, all the above.
Yeah.
And you guys, I didn't mention in the beginning, he's also a bail bondsman. So if you go into jail, your cousin Pookie, your Uncle Rock, this is the man you need to see.
I probably locked him up too in the first place.
Right. So pay your fines. So let's talk about this, the PD, the police officer.
Yeah.
Your career in that. That's really was so intriguing to me. And being a black man, okay, I'm about to ask him. Calm down. Being a black man on the force, I know you had some controversy. I know that you saw some things. What was it like being on the force?
Well, fortunately for me, I built relationships when I was on patrol, and I was fortunate enough to be assigned to the school system and work with young people. Majority, it just, like I said, I did 16 years. I had 16 years, and over half of those years was spent dealing with kids. And I was, like I said,
the hardest, though.
They hard. They hard.
Little effers.
Exactly. Them jokers hard-headed. They will get on your nerve. They work your last nerve. They will, want you to put your hands on them.
Right.
But I just had a way. I think that's where my natural ability, my personality, I could talk to them. I could break through that wall, the wall that they had up, kids, they find humor. I found the humor in some of the stuff that they was doing, and it was like I was in between where they can't talk to their parents, they couldn't talk to the teachers and principals.
Right. You were the mediator in a lot of the homes.
They couldn't talk to police officers, but they could talk to me. I mean, I even had it where kids were like, I don't F with 12. And I'm like, 12? I had to learn the lingo. You're dealing with kids. They have all kind of words for, 5 12 is police officer. And, so they say, I don't F with 12, but I'll mess with you, officer. Well, you cool, you listen, you understands us and stuff.
Yeah.
And, I have kids of my own at their age, so it's like, it helps me deal with my kids, and vice versa, So it was just, when the Black Lives Matter and all this stuff was going on, I mean, you're right, Black Lives Matter. I mean, to me, all lives matter, but at the same time, I realize I'm a black man, I'm a police officer, I'm a father, I'm a God-fearing man, and I have to lead by example. So, even though, I'm out there showing these kids that look like me that, hey, I'm a good guy. Now take it, everybody gonna say you're one of few, but I have to deal with that. I have to work with that. I just know I have to continue to do what I do to make,
So if you was to ever see I'm sure you came across, okay, calm down, I'm getting to it. I know you've seen some janky stuff on the force, right? How did you deal with that, being a black man, and then still trying to uphold your dignity, your manhood, your blackness? Y'all wanted me to say that? Your blackness. I mean, so how did you deal with that? I know it was hard for you.
It was, but not necessarily, because, I mean, like I said, the way I approach things, I've been on calls where a domestic
your partner.
In Southeast Raleigh, and my partner, my fellow officer, white officer, he's the main call. He's the main call taker,
First
and I'm following him to protect, have his back. And we go into a hostile situation, and I see that he, who we going to talk to is not responding well to his commands or what he's doing. So I just, I say maybe I can say something to him, and I'll do something funny. I mean, one time we went to a domestic.
Okay.
They were standing there arguing. He was trying to talk to them to get them to be quiet, and they wouldn't. I went in their refrigerator, opened the door, and was looking in their refrigerator, and they was talking. They why he in our refrigerator?
Okay.
I said, you know your baking soda is it's gone. It's almost gone. And they was like, huh? I was like, yeah, your baking soda. Now that I got your attention, can you come in here and let's talk? When let the other officer talk to your wife. Okay. And he came on in, and when we had to get him away, break their attention.
If you was to see your partner doing something out of line and disrespectful, that's how you would address your partner as well?
Oh, address my partner, I mean, I would pull him aside. I would. Okay. I pull him aside, and I do it, like I said, with my personality, jokingly, but I'll be like, hey, man, you might shouldn't have did that because blah, 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 whatever. I always, and how I came up with that was I had an incident back when I was working with the Clayton police that, I had a hard time dealing with it. So I went to my pastor and asked him, because I couldn't sleep at night. I was losing sleep. And I asked my pastor, he said, well, if you have a problem with the person, it goes back to in the Bible. You go to that person. Wow. You take care, you have an issue with that person, you confront that person, you talk it over, and you go that route. Now, if he don't change anything, then you bring another person with you, a witness, you bring it, and then you do it. Okay. And if it don't happen, then you bring it, we bring it to the church. But, it's a step,
It's a process.
And so I've been fortunate to be able to take it to them, straighten it out, and I see a change. Okay. Or they'll change themselves before I take it to the next step. So you would use that approach in the line of fire. So if he was doing something wrong, y'all listening, he was doing something wrong, that's what you would do. Okay, we'll be right back, and we're going to get into the rest of your business. Yes. Okay? All right.
What time your girl gonna let you come out and play?
Look, baby, man, I need you to come bail me out, man.
I apologize for the way I just handled it.
I'm gonna take a shot while you deal with your pissy ass attitude.
But you act as if I know.
Damn! So that's how you really gonna treat the person that's looking out for you, for real?
This was beautiful, isn't it?
Help, please! Ah!
So you been talking about me to your family?
You know I know my husband, right?
Oh, would you prefer I call you boy, secretary?
And you sound really
And you know
right
what?
now.
And you sound like you
Hey, what's up? Got a job for you.
Yeah, what's the number? Who else knows about it?
Make you think you got something I don't know about.
The number's 20K.
Welcome back to Be My Guest, Talk with Shay. If you missed it, we're talking to Derrell, my very special guest today. Not a woman of God, man of God, comedian, Bell's mom. He had me all throw off. I'm sorry. He cracking funnies doing the break and stuff. So, yeah, we were talking about that and the controversy and the things. How would you approach, if you saw your partner doing something totally out of line and you were saying your comedy side would come out. And I think that's a very good approach. And I didn't expect to hear that, Did you ever on the force was ever put in a position to where, in your 16 years, where you were put in a position to have to, what we call snitching on somebody? You know what I'm saying? Or your partner.
I've been on the
had to do a write-up.
We had to be on the red carpet.
See,
I call it the red carpet.
Serious.
I call it red carpet because I worked. It was a large department, so any complaint that's on an officer, it goes basically. If it's a large enough complaint, it starts with their sergeant. If their sergeant can't deal with it, it goes pretty much to internal affairs. So internal affairs, no officer. I don't care if you in trouble, you just up there to pick up paperwork. for somebody, you know, you don't want to go to internal affairs office. So once we get called up there, you know, you go on the record, you know, they put you on a little, we are video taping this for a record. I'm here with officer such and such, 917, you know, they start reading off, like reading your rights. And you're like, oh my God, what I do? What you do? What, you know, what am I here for? You nervous, you sitting there like this, want to bite your nails, you know, you don't know. And they start telling you, and yeah, they ask you questions about a situation. You know, what did you hear? What did you do? And stuff like that. You know, your opinion and your professional experience, how would you handle it? You know, stuff like that. Like I said, luckily in my career, when I was the lead officer, I made sure I handled my business. I didn't put it into the hands of any other officer that came up. In other words, if I came on a domestic, I would, you know, not be funny, but I was like, hey, look, I'm Officer White. I'm here to take care of this situation. And I look back, I'd be like, now my partners are on their way. I can't tell you what they gonna do. Somebody might go to jail here today.
So that was your approach.
Right. If y'all keep acting up before they get here. We can do it one of two ways. We can talk this out, calm down, you stop throwing stuff, we stop arguing, fighting, and let's find out what's going on so I can leave. But I guarantee when the cavalry comes, somebody in here going to jail, if not both of y'all. And they be like, okay, you right. Thank you for looking out for us. Let's sit down and let's talk.
So let's get back to it.
Like that.
Okay, I'm asking. So, straight up, were you ever put in a position, we're going to say white and black, Black Lives Matter, and look, you on my platform today.
I got you.
All right. So, were you ever put in a position that you had to snitch on your partner, and were you ever saying to yourself, okay, it's either my job, my money, and take care of my family? Did you just ride with the situation, or did you do the right thing?
If I was asked, if it was wrong, I basically told, hey, if it was wrong, it was wrong.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I gave my professional opinion and how I felt of that situation at that time.
You better have.
You know, if it, like I said, if I found the problem with that officer, I would pull him to the side and talk to him and, you know, just let him know, you know, how I feel about the situation. But if it was something that happened and I was there and I, you know, just was thinking about other stuff, and then next thing I know, I get called from internal affairs and they bring it up. Okay. Hey, we got a complaint on this officer, but it was also told that you was there. What was your take on that situation? Okay. And I'm gonna tell them the take of the situation. You know, ain't no cover up or nothing. You know,
because I ain't gonna play with you, Jacob.
You gotta be truthful. You just gotta be truthful.
I ain't gonna play with you. Don't let me shame up here today.
But you know what? I think that's why I lasted so long. You know, state of North Carolina, you have a 30-year retirement. 30 years. I just
you really, let it go.
I don't believe I could have did 30 years on the physical, because I'm gonna be honest with you, 16 years as a police officer, I've been on high blood pressure, cholesterol medication the whole entire time. And it's been 4 months now, 3-4 months since I've retired, and I don't take blood pressure pills no more. My cholesterol pills gone. I feel better.
So was that the best decision of your life?
I think it was, because it's what I was meant to do. You know,
I think God,
you know, right? Yeah, I think God put you in a place. That's right. He put you.
Come on.
He put obstacles. He put you in situations for you to deal with, to grow. That's right. You know what I'm saying? I don't think, you know, I know, you know, a lot of people, you have young people like Dave Chappelle, the Kevin Harts, those guys who started out young, 18, 19 years old. But you look at their material, what was they talking about at 18 and 19 years old? You look at Richard Pryor, what made Richard Pryor great? It wasn't that he was, you know, he started out, he was doing Bill Cosby type material.
That's right.
And then he started, okay, this is not me. Let me do my stuff. And he started talking about his life.
That's right.
And everybody, and it was just funny, even though it was real, it was the hard truth. Right. But, you know, there's pain. A lot of comedians go through pain, have stuff. And pretty much, that's me. I can sit up here and tell you all the stories and everything about growing up in Johnson County. I can tell you, you know, being a little country boy as a police officer and all the stuff, the different things in law enforcement that I've done and seen. So, you know, when I put all that together with my personality, how I am, I mean, it was time to take the stage. When I started taking the stage and was, you know, people thought you know, that's what I was meant to do.
Right.
People
Well, we're
always
gonna
kept saying
come right back, and we're gonna get into your comedy life.
All right.
And we're gonna shift this whole. We off the Black Lives Matter. I hope y'all got y'all questions answered. So stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Shots fired for 30-year-old female, 35-year-old female, and a baby, up to 5-year-old that was stabbed.
Even though my wife had been, the wife of a cop for 7 or 8 years at that point, coming home and knowing that her husband had just shot and killed somebody, she didn't know how to react.
How do you tell a kid that daddy shot somebody?
I remember saying to my mom, I said, because right after the shooting I went down and I says, I killed a man and I wonder if God will forgive me.
Did you ever feel like you would be involved in a shooting?
Welcome back to Be My Guest, Taco Shay. If you missed it, we got my very special guest, Jay Derrell, ex-police officer, comedian, dad, man of God, right?
Yes.
All the above, bail bondsman. So if your Uncle Pookie, that's the man you need to see. If he locked up, y'all need to talk to him. So we were talking about, we shifted from the police officer to how you survived that, and how we were talking about seasons in your life. And that is the perfect thing. You survived that. It was a season in your life, and you just gradually, shifted to the next season in your life, which was becoming a comic, comedian.
Yep.
And you've been having me laughing since the heck you've been here. It's a natural talent, and it is definitely a gift of yours, and I must say, I like it. I don't have to. Aren't you featuring soon? You got some shows coming up?
I do. I actually have one in Wilson with a good friend of mine, Poochie Hammonds and Eli Southern. April 14th. It's down in Wilson, North Carolina.
Okay.
So, we have a show.
Okay.
I have a couple of private gigs that's lined up, birthday parties, stuff like that.
Wonderful.
So
tell me what, being that you shifted from being a police officer, did you know, or was it just like natural for you to, like your family was saying, you funny? So did you just say, oh, I'm done with this? How did you transition from being a police officer? Excuse me. I got the hiccups, y'all, okay? Calm down. Shifted from how the transition worked from being way over here to left field from 16 years to becoming a comedian. How did that?
Well, I was doing comedy, luckily, like I said, with the police, when you have time in and what position on the force, luckily working in the school, I basically had banker hours. I was work from 7 to 3. So a lot of times working in comedy clubs at nighttime. So
right, okay.
It mess up your sleep, but I was a Monday through Friday guy, weekends off, and pretty much that's what I did pretty much for 10 years until, and like I said, my talent. Yes, I've been doing comedy for 10 years. So over the period of that 10 years, I was fortunate enough to actually meet and befriend some A-list comedians, and
Such
they
as
just
who? We name dropping right now.
Okay, well,
come on, let's name drop.
I hate name dropping, but okay. First guy I met was D. Militant.
Okay.
Derrell Littleton. He's an awesome writer. He's like a Hall of Fame writer. Comedic genius. This guy, he wrote the book Black Comedians on Black Comedy, where he interviewed everybody. And just to have him as a mentor and actually open and did some shows with him, around about that time, 2006, 2007, I met D.L. Hughley. And just pretty much, when I met these guys, it wasn't really about comedy.
And you was with Sadie the Entertainer.
I met all them. Met all them.
And
got to talk
what's the
with
Mexican
them.
guy, Jose?
No, you talking about George Lopez. Lopez.
My bad.
So, but all those guys were cool. And
how was that experience being backstage with them?
It's funny because I'm sitting
you
there.
opened, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's funny because I'm in awe of them because of what they do and I want to do, but they were more in awe of me because of law enforcement. Because being a police officer, a black police officer, and you're funny and you got all these type of stories, and I'm sitting there like, I want to know more about you, your comedy. They want to know. So it was more where we became more friends, and it's like every time, where I even got their phone numbers, personal numbers. And it was more like when I call or whatever, they text me or whatever, how you doing? Because I was a diabetic, and they was always caring about my health. And it was like, are you gigging? Yes, I'm gigging. I'm getting some gigs. He said, okay, good. So then when the opportunity arose and I got to do some shows, open for them, or even if it was only 5 minutes, 10 minute spot. I mean, hey, I'm doing that with a big guy. They teaching me the ropes. So hopefully one day I'm going to be able to do the same. I have that saying, if one make it, we all make it. So if I make it, Rob Wright going to make it. Aaliyah Ford going to make it.
That's right.
Tyra Sharp.
He name dropped it.
These are good comedians that's here and local that's coming up. So I always figure if we're a team, if I make it, they're going to make it.
Spread the love.
Hopefully if they make it, they'll bring me along. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm talking about. That's what we talk about. Support, unity, a network. Oh, God, try it. So look, we're going to be right back. We're going to wrap it up. We're going to talk about where you can reach him, where you can contact him, his next shows, your upcoming project, and what you got coming up next. All right, we'll be right back. Stay tuned.
Let's get this step started.
We're in Baltimore City. They come home to no lights, not having food in the refrigerator, not having a refrigerator at all. But when they come to step practice, all of those things are erased out of their mind, so they can make it through life.
You up there screaming and yelling and you just stamping. We making music with our bodies.
My mother is annoying. And I just like, Mom, you gotta chill sometimes.
I'm kind of an introvert. I'm just everything that Step is not. I'm not very dramatic, but all those parts come out of me when I step.
My mission is to make sure each and every one of you graduates from college.
Are these grades your best? Why does the Step team get your best and I don't?
I'm trying.
School is what got me out of Brooklyn. College is what's gonna get you out of Baltimore.
Hands up, don't shoot!
A lot of our children are lost. They have no one. I feel as though it's my obligation to help them.
I'm willing to work because this is not it for me.
It's not the first time the power's been out. I don't want to have to live like this. So I'm going to work my hardest to make it not happen in my life.
I have like two people inside of me that I struggle with every day. One is unstoppable, that can do anything. And the other is she feels lost and stuck.
If we don't come together, this girl is not gonna make it.
Welcome back to Be My Guest Talk with Shay. We have a very special guest, Jay Derrell.
How you doing?
So, oh my God, it's been such a pleasure talking to you. I've enjoyed this. I was so ecstatic. Look, normally I try to get my cue cards. I don't even need my cue cards because I did your research months ago. Look, my bad. I was supposed, so we had a little conflict of timing. But look, we got our little pale mics. Hey, we're in the studio together.
This is nice. Look at that. I thought I was going to get some coffee or water. I got mints.
That's
a whole bunch of mints.
You got look, see?
You know what I'm saying? I'm be like, your breath bad, nigga. You just, Get a couple minutes, you know, not a cup of tea or coffee, a couple minutes, peppermints. Ain't that something? A whole job, not just one or two on the side.
Get off my set, though.
So you at least could have took the wrap off, and then I can just put them on like that, you know. But that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. You can wrap it on.
If y'all hear that in his segment, look, just bypass that. You know, he was talking about Shay.
Know your
Rob
birthday.
do it to me all the time. Josie, the comedian, man, she be throwing me in that set.
So you know your breath bad. You just put the hole with the paper, it dissolves in your mouth. That's that type of candy there. Breath mint dissolves in your mouth with the wrap on.
I know that's right. Look, if you don't get that hint, right, you be like, ask Facebook. Ask Facebook, what do you say when a person, you know how people be saying that, how do you tell your friend their breath stink?
That's it.
Right.
Hey, you got the perfect way.
Hand them a couple minutes.
You thirsty? It's mouth-watering.
Right.
Just give him that look.
Exactly.
That right there. They say a picture is 1,000 words.
That's
you know,
right.
That right there, you're like, oh,
Shay,
wow.
look, Shay said your breath stink.
That's it.
Right. So what you got coming up?
Well, you know, like I said, I'm a bail bondsman, so I'm up 24/7. I don't sleep.
Right.
So
Uncle Pookie.
if you, you know, now I'm not into law enforcement. I'm doing the comedy full time and bail bonding full time. When I'm not on a stage somewhere, I'm out trying to support fellow comedians at open mics and, you know, whatever shows they have. And, you know, if they leave the club drunk, call me. I'll come bail you out. You know. So make sure whoever you're dealing with your promoter, make sure they pay you so you can pay me to get you out. That's all. I have some new material.
Right.
Every day I get new material, but yeah, you can follow me on my comedy side. Website is J, the letter J, www.j, the letter J, Derrell, DERRELL.com. And J Derrell, JAYDERRELL, bailbondsman.com. Okay. And that's pretty much, you can follow me there. Follow me on Facebook, J Derrell White. I'm on Twitter. I'm on Instagram.
Y'all done seen all the promo on my page.
And everything. So I got some good things coming up, trying to get into radio, have some, I'm getting ready to do some dates with a A-lister comedian on tour. He getting ready to do some tours and stuff. So I just had a meeting Friday about that. So kind of keeping that on wraps until I get the contract signed. You know, once the ink is dry, then I'm gonna let everybody know. So
make sure you give me some tickets, though. Can I get them?
I got you.
Look, let me just tell y'all about him. He be trying to act all, he being nice like me. But he is the hardest person to get in touch with. He already on the damn 8 list.
When I blow up, you'll be the first. You're gonna be the first one.
You better give me
you get
my
the exclusive interview.
Oh, that's what I'm talking about. On
stage.
set,
On
backstage.
Yep.
Look, y'all
Gotcha.
hear it.
Gotcha.
On Be My Guest.
Gotcha.
All right, y'all know where to reach me. You can go to Be My Guest, talkwithshay.com, IG, Shay Sure Events, Facebook, Shay Williams. Thank you for tuning in today. See you later. Bye-bye.